Hello, B-Ban. Is a Caden Lewis getting closer to Kentucky? Let's take a look, but first, be sure to subscribe to the channel and continue receiving more news from the team. The potential impact that the young point guard can have on the program led by Mark Pope. With his commitment decision approaching, he detailed the immersive experience he had during the official visit to Big Blue Madness, and the message was clear. Kentucky is betting big on its future with Lewis as a central piece. The reception from the entire Kentucky team was fundamental. The fact that Lewis was the only 2025 prospect to participate in Big Blue Madness underscores the seriousness with which the program is treating his recruitment. From the first moment, he showed that he was attentive to every detail, from the throws in the gym on Thursday morning to the film sessions with the coaching staff. The individualized approach, which analyzed his strengths and where he could improve, left Lewis impressed. The collaborative atmosphere and focus on his personal development are elements that weigh heavily in Kentucky's favor. The presence of an elite coaching staff, including Alvin Brooks and Jason Hart, both of whom have extensive experience developing point guards, was another highlight of Lewis' visit. The genuine connection with the coaches, combined with Mark Pope's approachable and engaging style, helped solidify the impression that Kentucky is the ideal environment for him to develop as a player. Coach Pope, in particular, made a strong impression by establishing an authentic rapport with Lewis, which is crucial for the point guard who values a solid connection with his coaches. Another key aspect of the visit was finally seeing a practice firsthand. After missing that opportunity on his previous visit due to a flight delay, Lewis was eager to see how Pope runs the team during practice. Pope's intensity and approach to player development were exactly what Lewis wanted to see, confirming his belief that he could be a key part of leading Kentucky's offense. Pope's tactical acumen and ability to communicate directly with his point guard have strengthened Lewis's confidence in his potential contribution to the team. Additionally, Lewis had a chance to discuss the future of the program. The open conversations about who could return in 2025 and who else Kentucky has its eyes on, both in the transfer portal and in the 2025 recruiting class, were eye-opening. Pope's honesty in addressing these issues, even when the truth wasn't what Lewis wanted to hear, reflected the transparency he values in a program. With the additions of talent like Jasper Johnson and Malachi Moreno, who also want him on the team, Lewis sees Kentucky as an environment where he can not only fit in, but thrive. Big Blue Madness was the perfect ending to the visit, and the energy of the crowd only reinforced what was already a positive impression. For Lewis, the environment at Kentucky transcends the spectacle. There's a sense of community and passion for basketball that he respects. While he tried not to let the atmosphere of the event get too much into his head, the seriousness with which fans take basketball in Kentucky did not go unnoticed. The presence of Rick Pitino, who received a warm welcome, was just one more detail in this well-rounded experience. Now, with recent visits to UConn and Duke under his belt, Caden Lewis is nearing the end of a carefully calculated recruiting process. With a decision expected in early November, the point guard is carefully weighing all the important aspects of his final choice. Relationships with the coaching staff, returning players, and prospects for playing time are at the forefront of his considerations. Kentucky basketball, under the leadership of Mark Pope, left a different mark during this visit. It remains to be seen whether this storied program will be Lewis's chosen destination, but the impact the visit made certainly puts him in a very good position. Let's move on. Rick Pitino's unexpected visit to Kentucky during Big Blue Madness brought back memories and created a memorable moment for the fans at Rupp Arena. Known as a polarizing figure, Pitino, who led Kentucky during one of its most successful seasons, received a standing ovation from fans as he returned to the place where he was once admired. In a clear show of support for new coach Mark Pope, Pitino took the opportunity to praise the leadership of his former player and now Wildcats coach. Pitino, who led Kentucky to the national title in 1996 after overcoming NCAA sanctions, will always be remembered for that accomplishment. However, his decision to take the helm at Louisville, one of the Wildcats' biggest rivals, became a turning point for many fans. Yet when he showed up unexpectedly at Friday night's public practice, he was not only warmly welcomed, but he also made a point of expressing his unwavering support for Pope, calling him the most selfless, humble young man I've ever coached. Mark Pope, who is now tasked with revitalizing the Kentucky program following the departure of John Calipari, finds a powerful ally in Pitino. Pitino has been a vocal supporter of the former Kentucky captain since his hiring was announced in April. This surprise visit symbolizes continued support for the new coach, who is in his first year at the helm of one of college basketball's most iconic programs. As Pitino walked the Rupp Arena floor, a video clip of his time at Kentucky played, bringing back memories of a glorious era for the program. The veteran coach said his return was like going back to Camelot, referring to the magical time he spent with Kentucky, a place where he said the fans made him happy every day for 8 years. That emotional connection was evident as Pitino wore a blue sweater with the United Kingdom logo, a symbolic gesture that underscored his commitment to the team and his support for the young coach. In praising Pope in front of an enthusiastic crowd, Pitino sent a clear message that the future of Kentucky basketball is in good hands. He's going to lead you to greatness in every sense of the word, Pitino said, confirming his confidence in Pope's ability to lead the program back to the top. Those words, coming from someone with Pitino's storied history, certainly resonate not only with Pope, but with everyone invested in the Wildcats' success. This moment of public support reinforces the narrative that Mark Pope has the right qualities to restore Kentucky basketball's prestige. The presence of legendary former players and a name like Rick Pitino in Rupp Arena shows that the community is united behind Pope and his vision for the future. Kentucky, always looking for its next era of glory, finds in Pope a leader with the potential to follow in the footsteps of his predecessors and leave his mark on the history of the program. With Pitino by his side, even if symbolically, Pope has the support he needs to face the challenges ahead. The fans will certainly be eagerly awaiting what is to come in this new era. It is a great tribute. Let's see what happens next.